Hello, everybody. Welcome to Simply Funded. We are here today to talk about mortgages for house hackers. So I'm your favorite lender, Cheree. You could call or text. It's 571-583-4600 if you want to get in touch with us. So let's talk about house hacking and the mortgages that are available for all of you out there. First of all, house hacking is a really big thing right now because of affordability is like a really big thing. Whether you are someone who is Gen Z, you're someone who's millennial, or maybe you're someone who is a little bit more mature and you want to have the Golden Girls house or something like that. A lot of people are choosing to do house hacking. There are ways for you to do house hacking where you can buy a house and you can rent out the rooms, or sometimes people will buy a house and rent out the basement, or sometimes you'll buy a duplex and again rent out one unit and you live in the other unit, etc. So house hacking specifically is for people who are going to live in the house yourself and either rent out other rooms or rent out the basement, or you have a duplex or something like that, or a 2 unit, etc. One of the things I want you to know is that you don't have to have a lot of money with regards to a down payment in order to get a mortgage for house hacking. You can get a mortgage for as little as zero down. Yes, of course, that depends on the down payment assistance program that you're going to be a part of. But again, you can contact us 571-583-4600. We can schedule a loan consultation and see what kind of down payment assistance programs you qualify for. But it could be 0%. It could be 3%, 3.5%, 5%, even 20% down if you are inclined to put more money down in order to purchase that house. So that's the first thing. The second thing that you want to be aware of when you are house hacking is that you need to be able to afford the entire mortgage payment on your own. So, when let's say you get a property, let's say you get a 3 bedroom property, and you say, I'm going to house hack, I'm going to rent out 2 of the rooms, and I'm going to live in one of the rooms. Well, one of the things that the underwriters are going to do is they're not going to consider the rent that you're going to get from those other 2 rooms. They are going to ask you on your own, can you afford this entire house on your own? You may say, well, Cheree, I want to buy a duplex, right? I want to buy a 2 unit. They're still going to ask you if you could afford the duplex or the 2 unit on your own. It's not until you get to a 3 or a 4 unit where they will consider the other unit rentals. So just be aware of that as you're house hacking. You do want to make sure that you're finding a house that you can afford on your own. Okay. You also want to be mindful of the closing costs that you're going to have to bring to the table with you. Closing costs include like title fees, appraisal, things like that, origination fees, underwriting fees, things like that, in order for you to get into the house. So just be mindful of that. And again, if you come to us, we can provide some loan options for you so you can know approximately how much you're looking at with regards to the closing costs that you're going to need in order to get into that property. There are people that I know of who will purchase a house, live in it for a year, so 12 months, and then move to their next house and have that first house as a rental. What you're able to do, and I have seen people do this before, is they will live in that first house. They will house hack with other people. They will live there for 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. Then they will move into their next house, leave the original house hackers in that first house, and then just rent out their final room. And then do that over and over and over again in order to build their portfolio. A couple of things to note about that is that if you have not had on your taxes the rental income over the last 2 years, meaning, let's say you buy the house, you're house hacking, you do it for a year, You have the rental income from year one on your taxes, or as I've seen some people do, they don't put the rental income at all on their taxes. If you don't have 2 years of rental income for that property, when you leapfrog to the next property, the lender is going to consider the market rent and not your house hacking rent. And look, some of you are so good that your house hacking rent is actually more than the market rent for that property. So I can't say it enough. Number one is, put the rent on your taxes, right? Oftentimes I am seeing where people are making more than the market rent if they're putting it on their taxes. And then number two, just recognize that you have to have those funds on your taxes for 2 years for the lender to recognize that rental income and add it towards what's called your debt to income ratio. So added is more income that you're earning. Doesn't mean that they won't count anything if you decide to leapfrog before you've got those 2 years, but they're going to look at the market rent as if you were to rent it out to family, one single family versus like you're renting out by the rooms. So just something to think of as you are thinking about getting a mortgage as a house hacker, and whether you're looking to buy a house for yourself, you want a vacation home, or an investment property, we can assist you kind of like mortgage matchmakers. We match you as a person and the property to the best loan product that is out there. Call, text 571-583-4600, and we look forward to getting to know you more, helping you reach your goals and your dreams. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.